He just calls it like he sees it. So
It's something about him that I can relate to.
in many ways, in real life, Justin is very much like the 11th Doctor. Just his delivery, his approach. I said before in other videos, if you ask Justin a question about something, he will give you the absolute honest answer because he is like wired to be incapable of lying. He cannot lie. It's fantastic. A certain amount of relief comes with that because you don't have to worry about ulterior motives because he has none. It's great. Like there's no paranoia, there's no worry. If you ask him something, he will tell you. I always say the story that one time when I had a setback. I always have setbacks, but it was a bad one that knocked me down for a few months. And I was going out with a friend, and I'd gained some weight because I wasn't able to do my yoga or the bike anymore like I was. And I asked you, I was like, "Does this coat make me look fat?" And you said yes.
Yes, it does.
And at first, my initial reaction was to be offended and upset, but then I was like, I asked the question, so while like my instinct was to be offended and upset, I was like, "Oh, why? Why?" I asked a question, he answered it.
I saved you from accentuating that you were looking fat.
There you go. That's a compliment from him, by the way.
Yes. What you wanted was something that flatters you. And so it was not this, it had to be something else.
Yeah, that's why I wear baggy things. So yeah, in many, many respects, Matt Smith's approach to the Doctor reminds me a lot of Justin. We've even talked before that gives the impression that he might be somebody with Asperger's, just because he is so matter of fact and so grounded. And I think that, like this episode especially, and I mean this all complimentary, obviously.
Mhm. I do take it as a compliment.
Yeah, and I mean in general to the audience as a compliment. So if you are on the spectrum, it's 100% a compliment. Like you said, you don't see it as a detriment. And when I first met you, I never really known anyone personally. Like I knew of, like I have friends who have kids who have autism or Asperger's and all that. I know it's different. I'm not saying it's the same thing, but just being on the spectrum. But you were the first like intimate relation, like being close to it constantly, and then getting to know you and getting to understand what the condition is and all that. You then get an appreciation for the things like you can't lie and you're very matter of fact and you call like you see it and all that stuff. And this doctor has a fish out of water feel to him that I like. He just happens to be good at everything, like football and job stuff, but
He's good at whatever he sets his mind to.
hmm,
That's what makes him such a role model,
there you go.
despite being a fictional character.
There you go. This incarnation of the Doctor, I'm going to, highlight. The Doctor does kind of feel like he's on the spectrum, and I said it is a positive thing. And people could say, doesn't you saying that and then saying that he feels more alien, is that an insulting? I don't think so, because the human condition is not identified just as someone who understands sarcasm or someone who understands, the minutia of things. It's layered and it's different. So where like somebody with Asperger's can understand humanity from a different point of view that I can't, doesn't mean it's right or wrong or good or bad. It's just different.
It's like what the word alien means much more literally, in that it doesn't mean someone from outer space. It's from someone who's not from around here.
Right.
And the socio structure of this place, that is the general population, I'm not from around here.
Mm-hmm. So the doctor telling him that he looked like the sofa fits in with kind of the character and just reminds me so much of you. So, and if not for knowing you and being with you for as long as we have, I may not have made that connection.